right, it's time for my favorite time of the week, of the month, the time I get to spend with Kathy D. Carter, the Soul Finder. So, Kathy, go ahead and tell us what you got today.
Well, it was very interesting this morning. I had things planned I was going to do, and kind of like yesterday, my day went different. And I usually follow when things change. And today I had a message come through for a client, but I found it so interesting. And I know this client would not mind his message being shared. And I want to read it and then discuss it with you.
Okay.
So it seems Mother Earth has a message for you. Why not decide today to embrace all the wonderful qualities of who you are? You are intelligent, innovative, wonderful warrior that has survived and learned so much. Please do not fall into the trap of becoming your own abuser, which is what we are seeing. Do you have a choice to make today? Decide today. Abuse yourself, which of course is something you're familiar with, and always be in turmoil and misery, or embrace, support, and own the independent, beautiful soul warrior that you are. It's easy to abuse yourself and play the victim and always be wrong and never good enough. It's also easy to be the warrior you are and own your power and create the life you want. It only takes for you to focus and decide that abuser voice in your head must be retired now. You will catch it each and every time it starts to say something, and you will turn it around and make it a high-frequency statement of love to yourself, and then you will take a slow, deep breath and feel the peace and love that flows in your heart, knowing you are enough and no longer deserving of abuse. No one is deserving of abuse. There are no grandiose things you must accomplish. Just love yourself and live a happy, fulfilling, grateful life on our planet. Have fun. Enjoy life. Don't make it so hard. Your choice today. Do you continue to be an abuser yourself and perpetuate the generational lineage of your ancestors? Or do you become the creator of your life and live in high-frequency emotions of joy, love, and peace? Your choice today and every day. We always have your back. You will always be provided for, and you are always safe. Please choose to create a fun-filled, loving life of adventure for yourself. Only you are here to take care of you and choose what is in the best interest of you. Never settle for less than you desire. Determine what your heart desires. It's all here for you. Enjoy your ride on our planet. And remember, there are no right and wrong choices. It's all learning.
There is so much to unpack there.
Yes. I thought that, I just couldn't believe it after I'd written it all out.
And you know, I come at this through a faith-based background.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't necessarily faith-based. But the first thing that I think of when I hear that, when I heard you read that, was that it does go, if you want to take it to a faith base, look, you're not perfect, except for the fact that God does not make mistakes. Okay? So anywhere you fall short, He knows that. You're gonna fall short. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's part of the plan. Mm-hmm. So, if you believe in a creator or not, the way you're built, all of us are built not flawlessly. We all have flaws.
Absolutely.
But embrace yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's just...
Love all parts of yourself.
And this is where it's kind of hard for me, Kathy, is, to me, that just makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I know that I'm probably the exception to the rule. because for a lot of other people, well, there's a fly, I said fur instead of for, but plenty of people are on this earth that don't grasp that concept.
Mm-hmm.
And they make life so much harder on themselves for that very reason. They can't grasp, okay, well, God made me and God doesn't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or a creator made me and
I'm here for a reason.
yes. And once you kind of get over that and understand that, it does make things so much easier.
It really, really does. And the one thing that caught me in there was how well they explained this perpetuating of the generational lineage, because everyone, all my warriors say, oh, I may not even have kids because I don't want to perpetuate being the abuser that's always been in the family. And I already see it in myself. Even if it's not with people, it's with animals or plants or whatever's in my way that day. I see that abuser is still in me, and I do not want to perpetuate the line, so I won't be involved with kids. I won't have family, blah, blah, blah. But they're being the frickin' abuser to themselves in their head every frickin' day. And they're not trying to change it.
And you can change it.
Yes, you can, but
And as
it
a matter of
takes
fact,
work.
events like having kids may change you.
It could. I wouldn't have kids for that reason.
No, but
it could.
But your situation changes you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that my situations don't change me. I'm whoever I'm going to be, it's going to be regardless of the situation. But
That's not true.
No, it's not. Because I can tell you right now that I've been changed. Well, I've changed myself. I have not been changed.
Right.
How's that?
Yeah, because it's still
once again,
a choice.
It's a choice.
Yeah, it's still your choice.
That's the other strong part of there. It's your choice. Mm-hmm. But I've chosen to change myself based on the people I've chosen to hang out with.
Right. That's a huge one right now. And it's so hard for people right now. Well, I don't want to let this person go. I won't have anybody at all. They're the only person I got in my life. No, they're not. They're not perpetuating my life forward. They're not adding anything to my life. They're not, yeah, I feel bad after I've been with them. But no, I don't want to let them go. I'll be all alone.
Yeah. And you know, that not to veer off too far, but like in a moment like that where you choose, I've heard the people remove the toxic people from your life.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily disagree with the premise.
The judgment
I would say remove the ability of someone else to be toxic in your life. Remove that. Mm-hmm. Cause you're not going to be able to change that person necessarily.
Oh, absolutely not.
And you don't need to replace that person or eliminate that person. That's not really control either. True control is to be able to be around that person and not let it impact you in a toxic manner.
Absolutely.
That's true control.
That is, you're right, spot on, because the go-to term, oh, I block them, cut them off, they're out of my life, I'm shutting them out. That hurts my soul when I hear that, because that is not a way that we will progress forward in high frequency.
Amen.
We have to be able, like you said, we have to be around people. We should not say, oh, you can't be in my life, you're not going to be in my life, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it is going to more tech. It's on the phone. So it's easier to shut somebody out of your life because there's no human contact as much anymore. But it's still, in my opinion, not the way I would like to see the world go. I would like the world to be able to say, okay, I find this person not adding a lot of value to me, or I feel drained, so I need to learn how to manage my energy field when I'm around that type of person so I don't get drained. See, you're playing a victim to, oh, I'm always drained after I'm around that group.
Yeah.
So I got to cut them out of my life. That's a victim statement.
And, you know, my goal, I don't state it every morning when I wake up, but I try to, for my own reasons, not for anyone else, I want to be a positive impact on other people's days. And I definitely am not going to let someone else's negativity ruin my day.
Exactly.
I'm not going to give them that control. Now, that doesn't always work out.
I know.
There are plenty of times, and it's magnified within me, I think, because I recognize it, that I just allowed something I saw on CNN to ruin my morning. Mm-hmm. And that really bothers me when that happens.
Well, and it is a little odd, don't you think, that a TV has your power?
Well, yeah, but that's you can take that to another person too.
Absolutely.
And
you're giving your power away when you allow them to have control over how you feel.
That just stacks on my disappointment that it happened, but then I'm very disappointed
in yourself
that I let it happen because I try and focus on not letting it happen. So it's almost like a triple whammy.
So then you become the abuser of yourself, down on yourself because you let it happen.
But I'm fortunate that I only abuse myself for a moment in time, and I'm able to readjust.
Because you're aware and you catch it. Yeah. And see, that is the steps in the healing that people don't understand. Healing's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is so rewarding. And to have awareness of what needs changed is the first step.
Yeah. And there's a lot of truth to and I think people use it in different ways. The way I use it, there's a lot of truth in it. The ignorance is bliss phrase.
Oh, yeah.
Because
there is.
If you're aware of something and you screw up, that makes it worse. If you're not aware that you screwed up, ignorance is bliss.
Because then you're accountable.
Yeah.
And creators have to be accountable. Victims don't ever, ever, ever have to be accountable. It's the easy way out. And here's what we have to remember. We have to remember that, you know how I talk about vibrational frequency. Mm-hmm. So, and it's just like school. So we have pre-kindergarten, we have kindergarten, we have grade school, middle school, high school, college, doctorate, all the different levels. So when I speak of vibrational frequency, I'm talking of that type of a so-called progression. Now, so someone at a low frequency that has not evolved their soul very far, they are beginners on the path. Mm-hmm. So that's a low frequency. And low frequency emotions that equate with that are anger, depression, sadness, sickness, grief, blah, blah, blah. What we have to remember is not only do individuals have a vibrational frequency, but the household has a vibrational frequency. Then the city has a vibrational frequency. And then the state has one. And then the country has one. And then the world has one. And they all act the same as the individual. So if there's a low vibrational frequency city, you're going to have people that are striving and hurting and in misery and trying to survive at the lower levels.
And if you're not aware of it, see if this makes sense the way I put it. Mm-hmm. If you're not aware of it, you allow it to keep you down.
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole problem, is because our society doesn't talk about these things. So there's not an awareness to know how to get out.
And the advice, and once again, I know I make it too simple, but is to just address it head on to me. And, I'll put it to you this way. If you think the world's out to get you, you know what? You're right. The world is out to get you.
Yep.
And the world's out to get me, and the world's out to get everyone. Okay?
And that's a victim statement.
And it's true.
Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
No, I think it is.
Okay. I'll give you that.
But the way you address it is, the world's out to get me. I'm not going to let it happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not everything's going to be in my favor. I'm going to overcome the obstacles that the world throws at me, because no matter who you are, and this is where I say it's true, mm-hmm. and you and I are just having a little, semantics maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone has obstacles.
Oh, yes.
Everyone has things they have to overcome, no matter who you are, no matter where you're born. Now, some people have plenty more things to overcome.
Right.
Hey, I may have been born in a 2-foot ditch. You may have been born in a 12-foot ditch. Mm-hmm. But you still have things to overcome.
Exactly.
And the person born in the 2-foot ditch may have it a little bit easier. But if they choose not to try and climb out of that ditch, you know what's going to happen? They're not going to climb out.
That's exactly.
And the person born in the 12-foot ditch, if they choose to, I'm not staying in this ditch, mm-hmm. they'll eventually climb out.
Well, and that's exactly.
Damn, that was good.
Yeah, it was. Because that's exactly what the message was saying.
Yes.
It was exactly saying that very thing. You have the choice today. Are you going to continue to be an abuser to yourself? Or are you going to become a creator of your life and take accountability for what you do?